Wake up, samurais! Cyberpunk 2077's expansion, Phantom Liberty, is coming in just a matter of days, and it's going to bring a whole new dimension to Night City with the new area of Dogtown, new skill trees, and new quests. But since the character of Solomon Reed is going to be playing a key role in said quests, we thought who better to speak to about the new expansion, Reed himself, and acting in video games than Mr. Idris Elba. When Xbox gamers jump into Cyberpunk's brand new spy thriller expansion, Phantom Liberty, it's going to be quite a lot, but it's going to be the first time we get face-to-face with some of the dangers of Dogtown. And who better to talk through some of the new faces that we're going to be seeing than Idris Elba himself. How you doing, mate?
I'm good. I'm good. Very good. How are you?
I'm really excited to talk to you about this. I mean, how were you even first approached to play the role of Solomon?
It was really just exploratory conversation. You know, do you like gaming? Are you into games? Would you be interested in being a part of something? And then, you know, before we know it, we were having a conversation about Cyberpunk. And I was aware of Cyberpunk as a game. I played it, but then to be a part of the expansion was like quite exciting to me. So I kept talking and that was it. It was just a real sort of gentle nurturing into the idea of playing the character.
Phantom Liberty is bringing loads of sick changes along with it, including the 2.0 update that's available to all Night City residents even without the expansion itself. But one thing exclusive to Phantom Liberty itself is Solomon Reed. But who is this mysterious figure? Since Idris seems to look an awful lot like him, we thought we'd let him answer.
Solomon Reed is a tortured special agent, ex-special agent, spy, someone that is really dedicated to his craft, his profession, to his country. But when you meet him, I mean, you know, it's a sad story. I wouldn't say it's a sad story, but it's a story that's got its layers. And you meet someone that's sort of caged in and, you know. But when you get into the expansion with Solomon, you get to understand who he is a little bit. He becomes V's sort of guide or protector in some cases, and you're not sure if you can trust him or not.
It's interesting because I suppose V constantly has all these different parts of his or her life, pulling them in different directions based on how they feel, and now Solomon's going to be inserted into that as well, and it's something that he might have to conflict with not only V but the people around V that already exist. So I think players are going to be interested to see how that interaction works with not just your character but how they also influence the rest of the world in Night City and in Dogtown.
Yeah, it's true. It's such a big world as well. You know, as you know, you played the original, right? So you go down one alleyway, you can find yourself in a whole different game for a little bit and then come back out.
It gets hairy.
I guess, yeah. But with Solomon, you know, his storyline really has some twists and turns and it's deep, you know. And I was attracted to it because it's a dramatic character. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm an actor, so it's a dramatic character.
So while I was in the company of one of the world's most prolific actors, I thought I'd ask him about the process of developing a character and how that differs if you're doing it in a game compared to film or TV. When you're breathing life into characters, whether it's in video games or in voice acting or obviously acting in film and TV, are you the sort of person that likes to play it by the book? They wrote it that way and I'm just going to be evocative of what they are, or you're the sort of person that likes to get creative, jump in, make some tweaks, how you see the character also fitting in?
I mean, generally, I'm a creative and I'm a collaborator, and I think all best creation is collaboration, right? But if it's really good, I don't need to tamper with it at all. I'm definitely one that sort of like open up and figure out how can we do, is this a better way to say that? Have we thought about this? Have we thought about that? You know, I think that's the best way to approach.
How about in terms of Solomon? I mean, the character that you were presented with, and you said, yeah, I'm into this, I want to play this character. Is it still the same Solomon that was originally visioned, or have you put your own spin on it as well?
I think it's pretty solid. You know, it's so complex. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came in and was like, I just inherited the world, you know? And the storytelling is deep. And so I just, you know, I brought my own nuance in terms of, I guess, how he sounds, the emotion spectrum for him, but it's pretty well written.
Obviously, this isn't your first role in a video game, but it's been a couple years since your last one. I'm wondering how much has the medium changed that influences the way that you as actors go about performing a role in a game?
Well, I mean, you know, voice acting is just voice acting, okay? When you're doing mocap and you're playing a central character in mocap, it's a big difference. And obviously, with the advancements of technology, it changes every year, every 6 months. So 1 minute you're doing mocap shoot, next thing you're not even doing that. You're doing, something else. And I think for actors, it's an ever evolving, carousel. It's funny because you could say a line, you could say it with, the intention of, I don't know, pain, and the animator could make you look like you're happy while you're saying it. But if it works, it works. And that's the beauty of collaboration, I think.
Is there anything new that you've decided to try out in your method, or how have you played this one?
No, not really. It's odd because we've been on this as a voice thing for 3 years. Like, it's been a while, you know what I mean? And that's because it's a very deep story. So that's been, pretty constant. And what I started the job with and where I ended it is pretty constant in terms of the character and delivery and whatnot. But I'm not sure I'm going to do another game anytime soon.
It's quite intense, I suppose.
It's graft. It's proper graft.
Especially
but that's
a game
how
like
you
this.
do it. Yeah, a game like this is like, you're basically doing it 3 times because you've got 3 different answers.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that as well, because in most film, TV series, the way the narrative comes across is linear. There's one path because that's the one edit.
It's the story.
Is it difficult to switch it up based on different outcomes that happen in a game like Cyberpunk, which is often for players, they have their own unique experience because the way they play it is unique to them. No one else has their experience because they're the ones that did it.
Yeah.
Someone else can play it differently. How do you keep a character like Solomon so constant and make sure it's still a valid portrayal of them when there's different things happening to them throughout different threads as well?
You try to record all the different threads at the same time.
Sounds like a lot.
Do answer A. Do answer B. Do answer C. It's just staying constant, because that otherwise. But what will happen inevitably is that you'll do answer A, and then later on come back 3 months later, and they're like, story change. Can you do answer B slightly different because it makes answer A sound like this? And you're like, oh, what did I do on answer A again? And then so it is a process, though. I mean, hats off to the guys. Like it's.
Yeah, my head would be spinning just trying to keep track of one, let alone having the multiple different narratives that can happen in Cyberpunk and outcomes as well for your character, the main character, and other people involved in it as well.
The actual software to keep track that the voice directors and the animators use is software it's like incredible, because it keeps track of what the story is, what the animation piece, what the time code is, what version it is, and it's just like, we go, okay, cool, and you're like it is quite impressive.
Solomon is going to make a big impression on Night City in Phantom Liberty, but that's not the only way that Idris Elba is influencing the new expansion. So playing Solomon is not the only way that you've actually been involved in Phantom Liberty's production. We also know that you are heavily involved in picking out some music for a brand new station. What was your process for picking music that fit the vibe of Night City and of Dogtown as well?
It's a great question, because it kind of crossed the realm of sort of music supervision, trying to pick a sonic that is relatable to this incredible landscape, right? And that was a joy. As a DJ, that's what you do when you walk into a club. You've got 1,000 people, they're all different. Pick one song that makes them all dance. So it was a bit like a process just to sort of, pick stuff out, and so that was just enjoyable. I managed to make 3 songs that was also a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Like, one's a really techie house thing, one's like really hip hop, one's just kind of experimental. So, but it was fun. You know what I mean? Because like Cyberpunk could be anything. It's cyber, it's punk, and punk and cyber are sort of mishmashes. In any case, we went wherever we wanted with it. It was fun.
Any UKG in there that I can look forward to?
No UKG.
Our search goes on.
Sorry, man.
So there you have it. Whether it's through his music or his powerful performance as Solomon Reed, it's safe to say Idris Elba has made his mark on Night City. Phantom Liberty is dropping into Cyberpunk 2077 on Xbox Series X and S on the 26th of September. But what new feature are you guys most excited about? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you soon, Tooms.